Hey guys, welcome back to Filter Coffee Football, wearing Arsenal jerseys, but actually here to talk about the incredible, potentially touted as the title decider match. And even though it ended as a draw, what a thrilling match this was. I mean,
Tight game, very tight.
if anybody wants to know the difference between the top two and the bottom section of the Premier League, this was the game to see. Just absolutely elite performances. I mean, Allison had an incredible game today and yet conceded 2 goals. That is how good City are. And City, despite their apparent dominance, because in my opinion, City probably should have won this game, still ended up
Me
shipping two
too.
goals to a Liverpool that just was so, especially in that second half, just really
Determined.
stepped their
They are just
game up.
determined.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, Jurgen Klopp in that second half was just like, he just looked angry the entire second half, which was like, the Liverpool players, like, we better not walk away with this with a loss. Um, but I mean, insane. And we won't talk too much about the match per se, but I want to talk more about the ramifications of this result. A draw, a point apiece, so still just the 1 point between the two teams. Who do you see walking away with this? And I'll expand this question in a second, but for now, let's just talk about the Premier League title race. Who do you think walks away with the title race, given this result now?
I'm not going to jinx it. I am not jinxing it because what the team I want might be a hot take, so I might as well not jinx it. Let just things flow. I'm more concerned about how the relegation battle goes on and how the race for top four goes on
I
because
mean, the relegation
though
battle saw its own
yeah,
spicy take this weekend as well, with Everton beating United. I mean,
Frank
United. Good
vibes
lord.
Lampard. Frank
Oh
vibes
lord.
Lampard beating Ralph Ragnick.
And
Oh,
then Burnley
come
dropping
on.
points to Norwich. I mean, that was just Sean Dyche
Yeah,
must be kicking himself after winning against Everton, crucial win, and then just dropping points to Norwich. But again, we digress. Um, Liverpool clearly seem to have the tougher run in on paper. Although when you look back on the reverse fixtures for all the matches, Manchester
they've hammered
City won.
everyone.
Yeah, Manchester City has won all of their remaining matches in the reverse fixtures, and so have Liverpool, except Spurs, which they drew. So it's still neck and neck, even given that situation. And you can possibly argue that Liverpool maybe have the tougher side because they're facing United, which I don't know
Are
what to say
Liverpool
about
facing
that.
United?
Yes, they do have a match
Oh,
against United. They also have the Merseyside derby to look forward to. So another possible occasion for Lampard to bring out some vibes, and of course the Tottenham fixture, which I mean, which we are hoping that Liverpool do us a favor in that match. But I know part of you is hoping that something else happens there as well, because I
no,
kind of have a
I,
feeling.
I'm happy with Liverpool smashing Tottenham. Like if Liverpool can smash Tottenham, that would be so nice. Maybe 5 goals or 6 goals in, like hammer them left and right and just show them their weaknesses. Like you
Uh,
see a Tottenham scoring 5 goals against Newcastle, and you think, oh, these guys are world beaters. No, they aren't. Have you seen Tottenham score 5 against Chelsea? No. Have you seen Tottenham score 5 against Arsenal? No.
well, they
Have you
did
seen
score.
Tottenham score 5 against United? No. That's it.
Really, really impassioned talk about how poor Spurs still are. I mean, they still do. Yeah, they're currently riding on some good form, and Arsenal's poor run of results probably gives them a lot
Yep.
of confidence as well. So we definitely do need. We would appreciate a favor from Liverpool in that situation. But again, let me give you that broader question now, because at this point, both teams are in league for the treble with a capital T.
Yeah.
FA Cup still in the. I think that's next weekend, the semi-final for the FA Cup. Um,
And it's again City versus
it's
Liverpool.
against, so one of the capital T's will be decided within the next weekend itself. Um, and then of course the Champions League final, potentially again a City versus Liverpool final. And then if the league goes on the way it is, if these two teams keep up the kind of form that they have been keeping up, we're probably looking at a repeat of 2 seasons ago where City just edged it out by the singular point. So uh, it's incredible how much these two English clubs are pretty much dominating the English league. I mean, so let's talk about the other competitions. Who do you see lifting the FA Cup this time around?
I think it's going to be a surprise.
I mean, there is Crystal Palace and Chelsea, who are the other teams. Again, we expect Chelsea to go through, but Chelsea have had a bit of a fumble recently. Um, Came back against Southampton, but still some dicey results in there. And Crystal Palace, they are definitely full of surprises. Already beaten City twice already this season. So that
I think Palace have nothing to lose right now. Their Premier League spot is secure, so they might just go all in for the FA Cup.
yeah,
Very
definitely.
well, very well possible
And interesting
to do
fact,
that.
the FA Cup is the one trophy that Klopp has not won with Liverpool yet. So Liverpool have like Klopp has a personal incentive to try and go for that trophy as well. Um,
I mean, the
and then
Premier
on
League and the Champions League.
and yeah, again on the flip side, the Champions League obviously the biggest trophy on the line. Of course, I would like. Part of me feels that Liverpool probably do still value the Premier League slightly more than the Champions League just because of that rivalry with United.
Correct.
Whereas Manchester City, irrespective of what Pep says, they definitely want their hands on that UCL
The
trophy.
UCL. Yeah.
So it's coming to that point where these two teams are so close together that they might just end up having to choose between one or the other to make their season a little more manageable and to really achieve their objectives. Uh, so Karthik clearly does not want to let his opinions out. I am going to go out on a limb and say I'm going to agree with Karthik. I think Chelsea will end up winning the FA Cup. That's two trophies, the Club World Cup, who cares? And the FA
Yeah.
Cup, again, important trophy. So I think Chelsea will win the FA Cup, give the fans a little bit of relief on an
Yeah.
otherwise
And
disappointing season. And of course, I feel that Liverpool will actually end up edging the Premier League race. I think City have a fumble in them, and Liverpool are probably going to go unbeaten through the rest of this season just because of the sheer willpower that they've shown. Even in this match, where they were for the at least for an entire half the second best team, yet walked away with a point, which is kind of the winning mentality that you need to lift trophies like the Premier League. And the Champions League, I think finally Pep Guardiola breaks his duck since leaving Barcelona and finally lifts that Champions League trophy. Kevin De Bruyne coming into form at just the right time.
the
You
right
know, up
moment.
until up until I think January of this season, everybody was pretty much saying, yeah, De Bruyne is just having an okay season. They're lucky that they have so much depth in the squad, but man, that KDB, he just shows up
ADB
right
is
when they
a
need him.
different, quite a different player. People don't value him as much as a Salah, which is surprising because his impact on the game is quite high. I know Salah just keeps on scoring, but it's not always about scoring. It's about creating, it's about dictating play, which KDB does oftentimes miles better than anyone else on this planet right now.
Yeah, this match again made a huge impact. Probably should have had a couple of assists as well to his name, which he didn't get. But nonetheless, I think City will still probably be happy just with the confidence that they have in the team. Liverpool will be happy with giving City a fight on their own turf and coming away with a point as well. So everything to play for, literally everything to play for towards the end of the season. This is going to be an absolutely incredible end. But yeah, that was us just talking about the Manchester City versus Liverpool fixture, more so about what this means for the two teams going forward. And yeah, thank you so much for joining in. As always, like, share,
Like,
subscribe,
share, subscribe.
and we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Adios.